Hello to all you Leos, welcome for the first monthly horoscope of 2019. Let's delve into it because there's so much happening and it's eclipse time. So of course the most important thing is the eclipses of the month of January. Oh, and there's one in Leo at 0 degrees. Ooh, and it's one with the North Node. That means a totally new stuff is coming in for the Leos. Isn't that a good start of the month of January? So it's not only, of course, the North Node is at the very end of Cancer, but it is considered still very close to the Sun, and therefore we call it an eclipse. And let's start with that one. It's on the 21st of January, but you feel it the whole month. And as it is a full moon, it means that something becomes very, very clear to you, and it considers other people as well. Because the Sun will be in Aquarius, but it is about you, and it is about your needs, and it is about, so there could have been some renewal, revival around fulfilling your own needs, and whatever they are. If you need to have more time alone, or if you need to have more time with another person, or if you need to have more work, whatever your needs are, it's a perfect moment to see what it is and also to have it started in a tangible way. So that's definitely a very positive eclipse for the Leos, and especially when you have planets around 0 degrees of Leo. So a bit of a fresh new start, and that's a good thing, and some new chances there. Remember that when an eclipse happens with the North Node, it means you're getting something out of it. You're getting a plan for the future. And certainly the ones who have had a rough time with the Mars retrograde in the midst of the year of 2018, because Mars is in your 7th house, you can restore now the balance between you and someone else. So it's a lot about balancing out other people's needs, but also your needs, and focusing on them without having that balance there being very good indeed when it comes to also other people shining as well, whilst you are shining, basically. That is a bit the thing. But there's also another eclipse, and that is it's not that important for you. The one that I just mentioned is the most important, and it's about your path. So good. It's really about, and it falls into January, so it's really interesting for the Leos to spend some time about what you really want and what your needs are. But at the same time, there's a bit of a deconstruction going on of old structures that has to do with work, with your daily routines, even with health. And why is that? Because on the 6th of January, but again, it's not bang on that day, it's the whole month, you have another eclipse in Capricorn in your 6th house. So, and it's really with the South Node, which means an ending, a karmic cycle that ends. It's not only the South Node, the Sun is there, the Moon is there, Mercury is there, Pluto is there, Saturn is there. So it means a really deconstructions of some bad structures, you know. Could be bad structures that you have been having, and finally you can release them. Could also be structures that are no longer suiting you. It could be even a job that is no longer suiting you and you let go of it, which is a good thing. I mean, you can see everything in a good way or in a bad way. That's up to us, of course, how we see it. But on the positive level, it means that you can, you know, and certainly because that Saturn and Pluto is there, it could mean that something that bothered you, that was a burden for such a long time on a level of routines, on a level of work, it can now stop. And the circle is around. So let's say you've been doing 10 years the same job, and it's not nice anymore to do it. You're not enjoying it anymore. It's a good time to let go. And in combination with that moon eclipse in your 1st house, lunar eclipse, I mean, it's a good thing, because directly you're gonna find new things, and you're gonna look for new stuff that is exciting. So for a lot of Leos, it's not only relationships that are going to be the focus in January. It's also going to be work, your routines, your day-to-day life, basically. Could also mean on a good level that a burden on a mental or physical level, on a health level, I mean, mental or physical, is just closing, it's ending. And that is of course fantastic if you've been struggling with something that was really, really difficult. And now you're out, you know, it's solved. It's so having the south, I know that a lot of people think, oh, the south node is bad and the north node. It's not. It's how you look at it. The south node is quite spiritual and quite karmic. So it means that cycles all ended. And of course, if we want to hold on to it, it's going to become painful. So it's better if you're a Leo and you feel that on a work level or on a level of some routines, they're not good anymore for you, just let them go and build up new things, of course, at the very same time, because we've got that opportunity there with the other eclipse. And then on another level, but that's not that important for you, I mean, it's not so stressful for you because you are a fire sign, and Jupiter is squaring up to Neptune in your 5th house, to your 8th house. So having Venus and Jupiter in the 5th house is fantastic on a romantic level. The only thing I want to warn here for is don't idealize it too much and you'll be fine. Don't idealize it too much, and so that the boundaries are still there between you and another person. So certainly when you are single and you're falling in love, great, but keep the feet on the ground and don't go into over the only seeing the good things. You know, a person is always the good, the bad and the ugly. And realizing that can give you a lot of not getting disappointed feelings. But really, basically, it means, you know, having a lot of fun in January, having a lot of good times with, you know, going to restaurants, cafes and all of that. Go and do that, you know. But limit, you know, as long as it's not, you're not overdoing it. Having said that, I wish you all the best, you dear Leos. I have made a playlist, reconstructed or redefined my playlist. So, and that's very, very interesting for people like you out there who are interested in studying astrology. So if you want to know more about Chiron, there's a playlist on Chiron. If you want to know more about Saturn, there's a playlist on Saturn, etc. Enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching and have a good time. Bye-bye.